SeatGeek, tickets, sporting events, SeatGeek, concerts, awesome deals, view from seat, SeatGeek, save money, first purchase, my code, SeatGeek, my code, SeatGeek. Russell Westbrook has entered the record books yet again, this time with the highest scoring triple-double ever seen in the history of the NBA. And as it turned out, they needed every last one of his points, assists, and rebounds to avenge an earlier loss in the season to the cellar-bound Orlando Magic. Russ got his passing game going early with a nice find in the backdoor lob when Terrence Ross fell asleep and allowed Oladipo to give him a quick forearm to the chest, catch, and lay it in. And where's the foul, ref? It isn't surprising he had a lot of rebounds while guarding Elfrid Payton, someone he simply doesn't have to pay attention to on defense. On this simple pin down, Ross is out of position and again, not in his stance and ready. Vucevic doesn't contest either, and it's a simple hop, catch, shoot for an assist. Russ got into the scoring column with his nice lefty hesitation carry no call and checked the off-foot floating double pump lefty off the glass. Degree of difficulty is definitely 9.5. The hot start for the Thunder continued as Fournier couldn't handle the swarm, and rather than get back, Ross goes for the steal, and that opens up the easy dunk for Russ. On this one, you can see that Russ doesn't need to be concerned with Payton. He's in good weak side position, and the ball just happens to bounce right to him for the rebound. On this Oladipo miss, nobody finds Russ again. It's a stroll back onto the court, Adams keeps it alive, and Russ gets the rebound and putback. Russ got to the free throw line off his patented dribble the ball up into an ISO post-up, where he can get into the body of Payton, blast him backwards, and get the whistle. And Russ caps off his first quarter of production with this simple ball screen. Payton tries to go under, then gets caught by the second screen by Taj. And this is Westbrook's bread and butter, the pull-up from 16 feet. In the second quarter, the Thunder turned to horns, where they dive Cantor to the hoop and pop out Sabonis. They can't rotate fast enough to get back to the shooter, and Russ has another easy assist. With Orlando taking back control of the game, Russ takes matters into his own hands. With Ross getting hung up on the Cantor screen, he lets the three ball fly and splash. The execution of this baseline out of bounds wasn't great. Cantor seemed lost. Russ gets it at that left elbow, then rises up out of a very hard alignment. His right foot is behind his left, which requires him to rotate quite a bit in the air to get his shooting hip and elbow aligned with the rim. This is called talent. Here's Horns with the high post entry, and I always like to see Russ pass, cut through, then come back out for the ball. This flows into the ball screen, and Terrence Ross gets way too handsy. Russ gets the reach around steal and is off to the races down court. He takes off from outside the lane, and the only thing Biyombo can do is goaltend this shot off the glass. On this high pick and roll, Russ gets himself into the lane, forcing the switch of the bigger Biyombo onto him. This is an automatic isolation for him, and he rises up to hit the three in Biyombo's face. Here's an example of what I don't like about the Thunder offense. Too often, after the initial Russ attack is stopped, he just makes a pass and backs up to get the ball back again. He's much more dangerous cutting through and then coming back up off a pin down. That said, he gets a nice little assist when Adams picks and rolls, finding a sliver of an opening for the little jump hook. To start the second half, the Thunder run a simple drag screen, but notice how Taj gets below the top of the key before heading over there, creating a much better angle. Russ can take off towards his strong hand. Aaron Gordon is way out of position. He should be 2 steps higher to meet Russ before he gets a full head of steam. All they can do here is put him on the free throw line. Off this ill-advised Gordon three-point attempt, Russ fights with Payton down low, a rare thing to see 2 point guards scrumming it up, and Russ wins that battle. Out of horns, Russ kicks it out, then does move a little bit to find an opening for a nice catch-and-shoot three, which catches Payton off guard and he knocks it down. While this looks like horns, it's actually the Spain pick and roll we pointed out last month. Cantor ball screens for Russ, while Abrinas back screens Cantor's man. Credit Gordon for rotating, but Cantor gets Russ the assist. While this one isn't too pretty, Russ grabs the loose ball and pushes down court and squirts it to Cantor for the easy layup and yet another assist. It's always hard for me to imagine that nobody would pick up Russ in the open court, but that's precisely what happens. Payton wants to guard Grant, Gordon doesn't understand that till it's too late, and the left side is short-handed. Easy pass for Russ, wide open splash for Abrinas. Again, OKC turns to the Spain pick and roll, and it's devastating. And here's how I would guard it. Abrinas' man needs to switch onto Russ as early as possible. That doesn't happen, and it's a hammer. Unclear if they wanted to run Spain one more time. Oladipo was late wherever he was going, and it's well defended, but Kanter earns another assist for Russ. Payton reminds us all that we have to quickly cross over when beating your man to avoid the reach around poke away. And this allows Russ to sprint across the court to the left wing where he's got a mismatch. Gordon's feet are in good position denying middle, but he's way too close. Russ is still below average from the three-point line. And then watch how his first move is to do a right foot pivot and completely open up to allow middle. All they can do here is foul. Russ gets beat on the pinch post backdoor cut, but great defense by Kanter to force the miss, and Russ gets rewarded with the rebound. On this bad pass off the inbounds, Meeks takes the foul, but they were in the bonus, giving him more free throws. Into the fourth, where the Magic still hold a commanding 12-point lead. Here's an example of Kanter letting Russ step in and grab the missed free throw. Off the baseline out of bounds, Russ starts to heat up for 2 of his 19 fourth quarter points in Payton's face. Still down 12, the Thunder need points quickly, so Russ pushes the ball. Aaron Gordon is completely lost, but it doesn't kill them, but this shot for 3 does. In the open court, it's virtually impossible to stop him one-on-one, and a simple blow-by to the hoop cuts the lead to 5. Here's an interesting alignment to break into for a high pick and roll. Not sure why Robertson is on the block here. It just allows his man to clog up the paint. But no matter, Russ snakes the pick and roll, Vucevic is too slow, and Russ does a nice off-foot lefty finish. Here's the same alignment, only Robertson is on the right block now, so Russ flips it and goes off-foot to his right for the even tougher floating finish off glass. Here's good defense on the initial pick and roll by Vucevic. He comes up higher and they force him backwards. Now Adams comes up to screen, but he ends up screening his own man. Payton was expecting Gordon to be dropped to contain the ball, but Terrence Ross steps up. This leaves Robertson wide open under the hoop. Vucevic shows no recognition of anything, and it's another assist. Russ was in a good situation to not have to guard Payton at all in this game, putting him in position to grab the rebound, push the ball, and force the mismatch of Aaron Gordon onto him. Again, this is the exact shot the Magic would love for him to take, and this is Russ going into big head mode. Unfortunately, there's no way to see the beginning of this play, but it's a little strange. Russ attacks as Oladipo cuts to the hoop, bringing his man right into the held position. No matter, Russ splits the defense and lays it in to cut it to 2. With a chance to ice the game, Vucevic misses the free throw and Oladipo clears his man out to let Russ get in there for the rebound, setting the stage for this crazy shot. The Magic do a great job surrounding him, but they should have just taken the foul at half court. Instead, Ross doesn't even get a hand up. Russ fires up this wild twisting three-pointer from deep, and it finds nothing but net to force the overtime. Here's Spain pick and roll again. Watch how Oladipo back screens Vucevic. That means Fournier needs to pick up Taj, who screens the whole team practically, but Russ can't finish the layup. However, he sticks with it, grabs the rebound, and just abuses the smaller Payton down there. Down 1, they set a quick drag screen, and this time Vucevic is caught too low again, allowing Russ a full head of steam into the lane. Fournier is wandering around not guarding anybody, and it's too late by the time Oladipo catches and shoots and splashes. Another example of clearing out for Russ to grab the rebound as the other rebounders don't even take a step in the direction of the ball. On the tap back of the Russ miss, he brings it out to ISO against Payton, and here's the beauty of a spin move to his left. The finish with contact and 1. With a 4-point lead, the Thunder want to take some time off the clock and let Russ bring it up into his back down post-up. Fournier is completely lost again, Robertson wide open under the hoop, but Payton deflects the ball and Russ can't get it to him in time. So they repost Russ with Vucevic having to guard Robertson. He becomes entranced by Russ, is in terrible position even if he wanted to help Payton, and Robertson earns another assist for Russ. Another example of Russ not needing to worry about Payton whatsoever, and it allows him to stay near the hoop and grab defensive boards. And again, Russ can conserve energy and watch the ball, then pounce on that rebound when it enters his airspace. Russ caps it off with a nice cut off the inbounds when Payton takes a terrible route in pursuit, and Russ seals in his practice with the open layup. So there you have it, sports fans. Russ is indeed impressive with the sheer amount of work he's putting in nightly. The clutch threes he hit in the fourth saved the game for the Thunder and avoided what would have been their second embarrassing loss to this Orlando team. I'm fairly certain most people would have told you he was going to have a good game when they saw the letters ORL on the schedule, and considering the defense out there, it is no surprise. That said, he's gotten triple-doubles against the likes of Utah, San Antonio, Golden State, and Memphis, and their record is 31-8 when he achieves this milestone. So, if chasing stats is what he's doing, then chase away, Russ. Chase away.